Let's ask more pro-Palestinians the tough questions. I'm Tal, the Traveling Clat, your favorite Zionist prince, coming to you live from Israel. Let's check this out. Also, by the way, subscribe to the channel right now to help us, because we're trying to grow to 500,000 subs. Let's see if we can do it. Help us out.
So I just noticed the signs that you got from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. What does that mean?
Well, it's quite self-explanatory. It needs to be.
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that, isn't it? Because I guess what I mean is, how would that come about? What would happen to the Israelis, etc.?
I don't.
I'm trying to think of how to word it. Isn't it just as self-explanatory?
How are you trying to word it, Doll? How are you going to word it?
The area of land. It's Palestine's land.
Yeah. So when you say Palestine, which bit do you mean?
Yeah, the Gaza Strip.
The Gaza Strip?
The West Bank.
West Bank?
Yeah.
That's it?
I don't know. Is there another
I thought it was self-explanatory. I'm getting confused now. I thought it was self-explanatory. What about either of you?
Bullshit question.
It's a bullshit question. Why? Well, tell me, why is it bullshit?
I'm not fucking getting involved in this, but it's so like inflammatory. Right? No, it's just really inflammatory.
Asking what that sign means.
Yeah.
It's inflammatory. Why is that?
I'm not getting involved.
Okay. All right. I didn't say anything. I was just asking what it meant.
Oh.
Do you agree with the sign?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, of course.
And what does it mean to you?
Palestinians to be free, you know?
Well, it says Palestine, so I was asking them which bit of the area.
Yeah, the people that are being oppressed, for them to be free, you know? Yeah. Gaza, West Bank, them people to be free, yeah.
Gaza and West Bank.
Yeah, all Palestinians in general, you know, because we know that what's going on. All of them are being oppressed, so for them to be free, you know, it's nothing, you know, it's clear as day, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was just asking them which bit of the land they mean, because some people mean all of the land, including the bit where Israel is now. And that's why there's some debate about, you know, what that means.
I think the main message is Palestinians that are being oppressed, for them to be free, you know, and for everyone to live in harmony, regardless of your religion or whatever it is. Because historically speaking, we say Muslims, Jews, Christians have been living there for centuries, you know, living in good peace. But when early in recent times, all of this issue has been going on, you know. But I think it's
how long would you say this issue has been going on?
As far as I know, obviously I'm not as educated on this topic, for example, with other people, but for roughly around 75 years, since I think the mandate from 45, just before, after World War, I think is when the issues, you know, when the British came and started cutting up lands and taking the lands of the Palestinians, I think that's when the issue started, you know.
Well, yeah, before that you had the Ottoman Empire there, which had very strong control over the area. Yeah, that makes sense.
Any attack on civilians is not justified, you know, regardless of whatever happened, you know. But I think the issue really should, what is the origin of this problem, you know? History has not started October 7, you know. We have to see the real origin of this was, as I said, 75 years ago. Obviously, I'm not as educated on this topic, but
So history started 75 years ago. That's good to know.
What I see now is this whole issue is being portrayed as if civilization and history started from October 7th and onwards. But no, that's not the real, that's only aspect. The whole issue is obviously, as we said, from, you know, 70, 80 years ago. And I think that contributes to what is going on today from both sides, you know, from the Palestinian side as well as the Israeli side.
All right, so we are now heading off from Bank towards Parliament, which is where the protest is supposed to be. And it's kind of loose at the moment. There is a lot of people here, but it's not jam-packed as we've seen at some other protests. We've had a few conversations with people, obviously. Very interesting takeaways. I mean, when you talk to people about what, let's say, from the river to the sea means, a lot of them don't really, you know, we had one group that said it was self-explanatory, and when I asked them to explain it, didn't really happen. Build a new Workers' Party, a socialist alternative to Sunak and Starmer for a socialist intifada.
Yeah.
What's a socialist intifada?
If I'm being honest with you, I just got this at the stand over there.
Okay.
I don't actually know the definition of the word intifada.
Okay.
But, I mean...
Do any of you know the definition of the word intifada? Stop bombing Gaza, that makes sense. What about that one?
From the river to the sea.
Yeah. And what does that mean?
Well, it means to stop the Israeli occupation of Palestine.
From which river to which sea?
River Jordan.
From
Bank of the West Bank of the River Jordan.
From the Jordan to the Mediterranean Sea, yeah. So does that mean that all of Israel should be, what is now Israel should be Palestine, in your opinion?
No, I personally don't think that. I think there's, I mean, I'm definitely not the person to talk to about this, but I know that there's multiple strategies that people have come up with, like a two-state solution or one-state solution. I think ideally I would like to see one multi-faith state that is neither Israel nor Palestine.
Walking with this protest, there's definitely a much younger demographic here than the March Against Anti-Semitism which we attended at the end of last year. That matches up well with the evidence which shows that young people are more likely to support Palestine than Israel in this conflict.
No, you guys are all fucking idiots. We like a fucking one-state solution. Just don't really know the demographics of it. But can you explain what kind of, like, so for example, there's 22 Arab ethno-states in the Middle East. They all practice radical Islam. You cannot, you're not open to practice any religion you want. But fucking Israel cannot be, you cannot have a Jewish state. We'll need you to become a Muslim state. It cannot be Israel nor Palestine. But you see, there's only one state that stands for ethnic minorities in the Middle East. That's called Israel. The rest are all Arab ethno-states that practice radical Islam. And if you are not a Muslim, you're surely to be oppressed. Yeah, but it's just fucking Israel. We can't have it because it's apartheid, colonial, white colonizer, apartheid, racism, colonization, genocide. Okay, it makes sense. So you're an idiot. Thank you so much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. I love you a long time.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.